Welcome to Casa Cave. This is an empty field with just a park. There's nothing, just kidding. There is actually something here. Wow, that skyline looks really good in the fog, actually. And this is the park that's built in the city. It's one of a belt of parks, but we'll get to that later. And I wanted to take you around the world as it's built currently. So, quick disclaimer, I'm not a professional Minecraft builder. I know. So, there will be some mistakes made here and there, and I think, like, one of the main mistakes is that, like, the roads are super narrow. But I'm trying something different than most builders, and that's that the entire city is, like, structured organically. So, you'll notice that, like, everything is angled. Pretty much, like, everything. Uh, And only a few things are not angled. They're at like a straight line. But I've planned out the streets so that they are angled. And the other thing you'll notice is that the scale is like way smaller than most people build at. It is player scaled. Yeah, so you don't feel like some dwarf in the city. You feel like you're an actual person. So this is Crossacay Cathedral. This is the center point of the Koppelstadt, which is like the older part of the city of Crossacay. And what can I say? It's like a smaller cathedral. You have this cathedral spire. You have the interior, which is like literally nothing in it, but eventually there will be something. So, and this is the main tower. And you'll notice that I'm actually using create for some of these blocks because I wanted to play with it, just like to see how it works. But that's like the only thing I'm using for extra blocks, the only mod. I'm also not using any texture packs, so. Over here, this is like some nice rest area, I guess. And yeah, most of these places aren't furnished. This one, there's something in here that's like the only furnished part of the place. See the flying buttresses coming down right there. This is a square that's gonna have an opera house. And over here, this is Redoutes. This is all going to be park eventually, but I haven't like landscaped it out yet. You can see like these are the old city ramparts that protected the Koppelstadt once upon a time. Now it's just a park. This is Opulence, and this is I believe, yeah, Place Opera goes down this way. And it's this massive road that just like goes all the way down to Place Opera. No, wait, no, this is the, I think, Avenue Opera. Yeah. And this is the District of Opulence. This is, you know, like the 19th century area. It kind of got expanded to. And I have to say, I've never actually traveled down here with shaders before. And, I mean, it actually looks really interesting. I also, I don't like use any of the debug techniques that you might see from other builders, and I also don't use world edit, which, well, I use world edit like sometimes, but very rarely, because everything's at an angle, so it's very difficult to actually use world edit effectively. This is the Avenue des Arrivées, Avenue of the Arrivals, because that's the train station. And over here, there's supposed to be cherry trees all along this line, but this is 1.18.2, so we can't have that luxury until I update yet. You can see, like, the wall facades that I use, that's just like one deep, and that gives it the texture that I need. Here, you have all the statues that line this out front. This is the train station, so we can go inside of it, and you can actually see it's kind of empty right now, but we'll fix that later. And a train arrives here from Barstadt every like 2 minutes or so. And it stays in here for a minute, so you can take the train. I mean, the view is really nice inside of here. You can see the finance center, Reagan Rome, over there. And I might fly over to here, Reagan Rome. This is the finance center of Crossacay. And I'll go over like the future plans of where the city is supposed to take shape. Wow, that's trippy. Okay. This is the basically the only furnished building, and it's not even completely furnished. You can see over here we have like an office, cafeteria here. We have the atrium with the light show installation, and up here, if we go all the way up, yeah, you have a gorgeous view of the Kovelstadt that you can see through, and over there is the Bibliolandete. We'll go take a look at that later. And it's the same thing for all these floors, but except obviously none of these floors are actually, you know, furnished yet. So we'll just hop down here. Maybe we'll go out here. Yeah. So this is what a lot of the streets of Reagan Room look like, or well, the few streets there are, because there aren't that many. But you can see like the old facades, and then the skyscrapers are just built on top of this stuff. So out here you have like a neo-Venetian facade, looks kind of cool, I guess. And then you have a skyscraper that's just plopped down there. And I'm gonna fly out so you can kind of like see it. These are at straight angles, I'm gonna say. But most of this stuff is not, or it's not gonna be. Over here, you can see one of these curved skyscrapers going towards Torsay, which is this building here. And you can see like the old like Victorian Edwardian facades coming in here. And I'm kind of like strategically planning out the skyline to actually work instead of, you know, just being completely random everywhere. And we'll go over to the western part of Opulence here. There's the rail line to Barstadt. We'll go there soon. So this is the Bibliolandete. It's the National Library and Archives. There's going to be underground floors too where the archives are. And this is like the main clock tower. It's not actually centered, which was one of the other mistakes I did. But the clock tower is angled, so it's really hard to actually get it centered. One block that's made by using the stairs trick. I know, it's cheap. And this is the roundabout where I think there's like supposed to be a grand tower here or something. But I'll see how that turns out later. And yeah, you can see like the detailing here. The inside, it's all super shiny, but I still have to furnish this. There's a few books kept in here. They're still like waiting for bookshelves with a chest there that contains some more. Oh, there's the train. Yeah, this is the construction train that we get. It's going to the train station now. This is a Place Biblio. It's like an open plaza where you can just be. But we've seen that already. So let me go into the train just so like you can take a look at what's in it. So the train has arrived. We have our favorite conductor, Popcorn. Here he is. And we're just gonna board the train, I guess. So the train is kind of simple. There's not much here. Wait, did I just accidentally place a block? Don't tell me. Whatever, I'll get rid of it later. Apparently you can't use shulker chests on these. This doesn't even work. I know, it's shocking, but still. This is, of course, the train that's bound to leave in a minute or so. So, yeah, I'll just give a quick tour of the whole thing. The windows at the top are transparent. You can open these windows to take a look outside. You can draw the curtains. And, whoops. So what we're going to do is, let me make sure that's not withdrawn. Wow. And you can see over here, we're now passing Neustadt, and we're going to be going to Barstadt soon. Yep, there's the Vérenfedern, and it's coming across. So Barstadt is like a stud city. It doesn't really exist yet. Wow, the dales look gorgeous today. That's the manor. That's not Varstata. Okay, this is Varstata. It's what what can I say about it? It shows you like what organic planning looks like here. Like it's not just angles that make it look like there is organic planning. It's actual organic planning. Like you can see here, there's no way this was actually like put in just for looksies. So the way I did this was normally you go to like paint.net, or I go to paint.net and I load up the mini-map image and I just draw on top of this, and then I add waypoints to connect the roads, and then I give it like this organic feeling. So if you look at the mini-map, wow, this is the actual map. It's massive, but there's not much built. This is Cross OK, where we just came from. You can see the Koppelstadt here. You can see like all the angles that it's built at. You can see Varstata, which is where we are now. And you can see like how I've planned this out. And you can even see that in like Vérenfedern up here, which we'll go to next. These are the dales. This is where the lower river comes in from. And that's like a country manor that's not built yet. This is the Vérenfedern, which is, there's supposed to be a statue here, but it doesn't exist yet. So this is the lower river. This is the Vest River that goes all the way down here. I've been trying to work on seeing how timber-framed houses can look, and it's a lot more difficult when it's an angle like this, but I'm still like figuring it out. And I think I kind of have it nailed down, but still, I need like some extra area where I can put down these sort of interior blocks. And yeah, this is like an older city than Cross OK, so it kind of makes sense that it looks like this. And there's not much here, so we'll go over to Vérenfedern. And what better way to do that than by just teleporting there? Okay, so this is Vérenfedern. This is the traditional capital of Vérenfedern. And it's not the capital of Vérenfedern. Cross OK is. But Cross OK is in Vérenfedern, and Vérenfedern is one of the constituent countries of Vérenfedern. So maybe that makes sense that way. This is Old Vérenfedern. This is the fort. You have the tower here. There's nothing in the tower, in case you're wondering. The fort used to have cannons, but then my world corrupted, and the cannons are no more. Over here, we have some houses that are gonna be complete eventually after I finish Opulence and Reagan Rome. And this is the main square with the Jean Cathedral over here that's still awaiting completion because the central belfries, I believe, that's not done yet. It will be done eventually, but it's not done now, so that kind of sucks. If we look at how this is constructed, this is all constructed in an angle. It follows the traditional cathedral design. There's really not much more to add. Inside, you can see it's designed in a cross shape, just like most cathedrals, really. And it looks like this on the mini-map. It's at a perfect 45-degree angle, which, I mean, yeah, I know, it's a little cheap. It's not designed at the angle it's supposed to be. This is where the town hall is going to be eventually, and I'm going to be working on something for this, because it looks like it has more of a French than Germanic style, even though all the Germanic houses are like the Dutch townhomes that just happen to look Dutch or North German or maybe Scandinavian, vaguely Northern European. They're going to be surrounding here, and over here there will be docks and canals that kind of extend out into the sea. So that's Vérenfedern. And maybe I'll like work on getting this eye candy out. But yeah, all of these cities, they aren't like built from templates. They aren't built from real life references, which is different. They're just built from Well, they're built from like individual architectural styles, but they aren't built from anything in particular. So this cathedral, this does not exist. It exists nowhere. Uh, this is one of the more interesting, like, older parts of Pishon, I guess. You can travel down here, and you can, like, see the narrow streets. And it has, I don't know, like, cozy feeling to it. I'm going to be working on fleshing this out eventually. But, yeah, that's what it looks like right now. You can see, like, just, even though this is super small, this is actually the size of a city block. You can see how it actually creates, like, that wandering feeling. So I'm going to, like, fly way above, and I'm going to show you how big this actually is. Yeah, this is actually about the same size as this, but it feels far bigger. And yeah, that's Fijan. These are the outer limits of the Koppelstadt that I'm working on. And this is the Star Fort. And I guess it has a nice view. So, one of the other cool things that I'm going to be doing is, give me 1 second. Welcome to Bootleg Google Earth, which is also really laggy because it's Firefox for some reason. So this is Krasokay, which we just went to. You can see the entire city from here. Krasokay Cathedral, the Koppelstadt, Relims, and Opulence. I thought it would be better to explain how the city is being planned out by using like this 3D map. So there's 13 rides in Krasokay, and one of them is, there's 2 special rides, Garzante, and over here we have the Redoutes. And those are both like special rides because nobody lives in them. One of them is just the park, and the other one is the central train station because that's actually really big. The other ones are Neustadt, Osterstadt, Opulence. Over here we have the Koppelstadt and Wegen Rome, Eifeles, Docter, Warfen, Blackhall, and Acropole. Those are the other main ones. And I have no clue what's going on here. I think it's just updating. And yeah, it's cool to like see this in 3D, just being able to zoom around it. And you can like tell that, yeah, this doesn't actually follow just a grid. Neither does this. This is Varstadt that we just went to, and you can see that a lot better in MC, I think. And over here, that's Bijan. This is Bijan Cathedral. And as well as the fort, it loads in just fine. And I think this is like one of the main ways you can get renders. I just wish like there was lighting that you could turn on for a perfect render. I have no clue what's going on here, by the way. I think that's just a corrupted chunk or something. And yeah, that's basically what it looks like. Jeez, it's so laggy. Krasokay is supposed to run all the way out to the sea, and all of these other places are going to be built up with cities too eventually. But they don't exist yet. They're also going to be terraformed, so there's an actual countryside you can go visit. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the Vérenfedern. It looks interesting. There is actually, it's sorta a real place. I won't disclose where it is on the map, but if you go to a bathymetric view of the world, you might be able to see an outline kind of like this somewhere in Europe. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, so that's my procrastination world. It's what I build sometimes whenever I'm super bored. Yeah.